It's your boy Young Kiyoma, aka The Last Dragon, aka Inma, aka Nick, and who are y'all?
Well, I mean, this nigga already took Emma, so.
Yeah.
It's the boy Fable, bro. One Sky, one Destiny. You already know what it is.
Okay.
Yo, what is good, internet family? It is your third host,
Okay.
JC, and welcome back to Tower Talk, episode 12. How we doing today?
If you want to be technical, season 2, episode.
Okay,
2.
season 2, episode. Yeah, I like that.
Now, there is something I want to preface.
Yes, sir.
So, episode 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last thing that was uploaded. Episode 11 goes up later tonight. Well, technically early tomorrow morning, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But it goes up later. And I know that, first off, there's people saying they're fine with us doing other content,
Okay.
which is good.
Other
That's important.
content,
That's
like.
good. Like talking about other stuff than just
Oh,
us.
okay.
And also, a lot of people seem to
Wow,
like that
feedback?
episode. So you know
Awesome.
what? You got it.
Okay.
We're here.
They have spoken.
Shit, feedback.
We're good. We would have mentioned on episode 11, but I gotta be honest, we was lost in that episode. I'm gonna be honest. We didn't know what to talk about. We weren't doing Destiny, so
It's a little switch
you know
up.
we were just chilling. It was just chilling.
First
But
episode of second
It's
season,
fine
you know.
now. Yeah. So yeah,
Well, that's good.
that's that.
Oh yeah. Also, I mean, I'm not sure when we're gonna get it out, but we're trying to also get it on Apple Podcasts. I don't know if
Yes.
I know some people that I know that listen to Tower Talk. They want it on, or just one person I know. He listens on like mainly on Apple Music, because you know how like they
Okay.
have like the whole Apple plane where they
Yeah,
can
yeah,
listen on iTunes and all that stuff.
So
So I know we're working
yeah.
on trying to get that, because we also have I think it's on Google too as well. So
it's on Google, it's on Spotify, it's on a whole bunch of other things. I think it's on Overcast and stuff, whatever other podcast shit. It's on most of them.
yes,
Uh,
so if you guys want to check that out, I'm sure Nick will have that in the description. You know what I'm saying? So
Yup.
so yeah,
For sure.
different platforms.
Different platforms.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, what do we got to talk about? I would do it. Anybody want to start us off with something? I don't.
Y'all know that
Yeah, I have something.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I have something. Do you want to say something?
Oh, shit. Let's just go ahead and get into yours, bro.
Hey.
I feel like right now.
I got a few things.
Oh, I know. But that's what we need right now. A few
All right.
things.
So I guess we'll start with the hot takes first. Start with the worst first, best last. All right.
Oh God.
Hot take.
We were talking about Resident Evil before we started recording,
Oh God.
and let's talk about Resident Evil 8 for a second.
Oh yeah. Which
All right,
recently
Resident Evil
came out.
Village came out like this week.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep.
First off, tall bitch is overrated. Let's get that out the way.
Bruh. I've
Let's
seen
get that shit
better
out the
looking
fucking way.
female
Let's get that
antagonists.
shit out the fucking way.
Wait. I apologize.
Huh?
Who are we talking about right now?
The big, tall, pale lady from Resident Evil 8, the one that everybody freaks out
Does
about.
everyone know? Does anyone know her name?
I don't know.
Dimitrescu. Or Dimitrescu, I believe. Something. Dimitrescu.
Lady, yeah, dementia, whatever.
Lady Dimitrescu.
Dementia, to be honest.
Lady. I'm gonna just look up Resident Evil. Lady.
Yeah, you'll see her.
You'll see it.
You'll see her.
She's like I.
She
right?
got the hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
She like I. But ain't no reason y'all freaking out over here. Go get some fucking head, dog. Second off. All right.
That's facts.
This is it.
Yeah, this is what people are freaking out about.
Yes, it ain't nothing
Bro, she
spectacular.
looked like whenever Anakin went to the dark side
Oh,
if he turned
no.
into a female. Shut the fuck up, bro.
So here's the thing. People are freaking out. I get it. We can respect that tall girl. Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know who's better than that?
Oh god.
Kiku from One Piece. All right.
Bro.
Anyways, moving on. Okay. Let's talk about the actual game. Now, here's my issue with Resident Evil. Okay? We were talking about this before the podcast.
Yeah.
They probably weren't expecting me to bring up the girl. So I kinda am not a fan of the direction that 7 and 8 are heading in the series, and I'm not a super big Resident Evil fan, but there's some stuff I like about the series as a whole.
Respect that. I respect
And
that.
I won't talk about this for too long, but I'll just say that they try to make 7 and 8 have like kind of a semi-serious tone as opposed to the original games, and there were serious things in the other games, but there was some outlandish shit because it wasn't taking itself too seriously. Like, have you ever played Resident Evil 4?
Mm-hmm. I just dropped
Okay. Damn!
Jesus, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all.
I heard that shit. I was like, yo, he's dead.
Bro, it was my light stand. I was trying to get my battery for my lights. I forgot to put on the charger. I'm sorry, guys. Now imagine me dropping something alive. That would have been terrible.
But I just don't like how it tries to take itself seriously, but then you still have these outlandish fights near the end of the game with like these giant fucking like demon zombie hybrid shits.
Yeah.
And it's like this one man with like basically one hand at this point with a fucking shotgun shooting a goddamn like 90-foot tall Godzilla zombie at him.
Bruh. They do this with every horror game,
it's
dog.
like, and like I'm fine with that happening in Resident Evil
horror game because the nigga in freaking Outlast got his ass beat.
That nigga got demolished.
He didn't have a game. That nigga had an ass whooping and that was it.
Hey, yo, pull this motherfucking cat back. Blood.
Blood.
Sam Menendez, pill his motherfucking cat back. Blood.
But
alright guys, great job.
The thing, I'm fine with that in Resident Evil normally, but in 7 and 8, I don't really like stuff like that because it tries to take itself too seriously.
I respect that.
Meanwhile, the original 1 through 6, granted, you know, 6 and 5 had their fair share of problems that people don't like them for, but it's like you can tell they're kind of inspired by like cheesy action movies from like the 90s. You know, with some of the shit that they do. You got fucking Leon shooting rockets at giant fucking like Kraken zombies.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like some absurd shit.
Yeah.
You got fucking Jake Wesker. I don't even need to elaborate on that. You got Albert Wesker. I don't even need to elaborate on that.
Yeah.
But like, and so that my issue with 7 and 8 is just, I'm fine with it taking itself seriously, but you can't be doing stuff the old Resident Evil did if you want to reinvent and take yourself seriously. I'm fine with you doing it. I just don't like how they're executing it. That and you give me no reason to care about Ethan. You tell me his backstory, you tell me about his family and stuff,
but like that's like the main thing that they usually do. I'm not gonna try and like I'm not trying to be that guy or like cut you off.
Okay.
Just, like I feel like niggas is literally just like, bro, his family was taken, dog, and like that's it.
Okay, but who is he though? You know, like it's
exactly. Like
it's like who is this guy?
That don't matter who he is, bro. You don't get what I'm saying, bro. His family was taken, nigga. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
This nigga start
bro,
this is like every game.
Like
if we're talking like that, bit Hiro Kavash was in prison forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm supposed to be sad now. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be sad.
Yeah.
Who are they? Why should I care that they were taken?
One plus though I would say about RE8 so far is like just from watching it and even playing RE7, it just seems like a really cool, fun game if you're like really into
and the gameplay doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
The gameplay doesn't look bad. It's just when it comes to the series itself, I'm fine with them reinventing. I just don't like the way they're handling it necessarily because you had so many interesting main characters in the original Resident Evils, right?
Yeah.
Resident Evil 1 through 6. You had your fucking Leon Kennedy, who was kind of the most normal out of all of them, but he was still a little bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
You had, and then like him and Claire, I'll say. But then you had super fucking hard ass military man, fucking Chris Redfield, just doing
the Boulder, bro,
doing crazy shit for no reason.
The Boulder Redfield, bro. That man is unfucking stoppable.
Bruh.
They're not beating that nigga. Ever since 5, I was like, oh, the Boulder? Nah.
The Boulder? Yeah.
Nah, bro,
and then
the
fucking
Boulder?
like Ada Wong and Jake Wesker, like I said.
These are just X-Men, guys.
Yeah, Ada Wong and Jake Wesker out here they're playing Dynasty Warriors, just throwing hands with hordes of zombies.
Wesker's just out here for fun.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just like I'm fine with it's you go from that to just this normal ass guy Ethan Winters. It's like I'm fine with him being a normal guy. Just give me something, you know? Don't make him just a normal guy. He can be a normal nigga in an outlandish world. That's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen it before. The problem is how it's executed. The way they execute it is his family was taken and he wants him back. He's super normal guy, but he's angry because they took his family.
They tried to make Ethan farmer with a shotgun, and it just ain't happening.
He's not the farmer with a shotgun, bro.
The farmer
he's not,
with a shotgun.
He's
It's
not
like
hanging.
farmer with shotguns out here dancing with like
Beerus.
multiversal threats. Bro.
Yeah,
But it's
like, I
my
don't.
nigga, you're not farmer with a shotgun. You don't even have. You're not even a farmer, dude. You're just a regular nigga. You're not even a farmer,
Bro, you know the weird thing though is like I was watching like shout out the homie Noble Wolf. I was watching his gameplay and it was like I saw the first part where he initially saw, you know, spoilers if you guys are gonna plan on playing it yourself. I saw where, you know, before it all popped off, he was just with Mia in his house. The baby was just born, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, I don't know when, I'm assuming this was like also before he knew like about like the fucking, you know, the virus and all this bullshit, right? And I was expecting that he would be a little bit more surprised, but my nigga really saw his wife get fucking sprayed by Chris Redfield or Chris the Boulder, because nigga, he came in was like, yo, like, we got it from here, like, just let me handle it. And he had no reaction. It was no like, oh, what the, you know, he was like, oh, fuck, not again. Like, that's not the feeling I felt when I saw
not
that.
Again.
I'm like, damn.
How many wives you got sprayed down?
I know, like, Jesus Christ.
What,
Yeah,
yo,
damn.
what the fuck street you live on where your wife gets sprayed down every week? Like,
Nigga
what
must
the
be
fuck?
Compton, Jesus Christ.
So I don't know if he's seen this
Nigga
before.
step outside.
Yeah, I don't know if he's seen this before, so he's not really fazed by it. But I was like, damn, like, not only he sprayed your wife, like, he took the child too. So I'm like, damn. And then you gotta go fight her in RE7. I'm like, look, I don't know. I don't know as far as the story, but I'm gonna continue watching because I'm definitely intrigued to see more from Ethan. But I heard that this is the end for Ethan's story. Like, after RE8, he's just kind of done. So I don't know that, and I'm hearing it's like,
Which one did he come from? Is he from 7? Right?
yeah, he's from 7, and so 8 is kind of, I'm assuming it's talking about like his past. I don't know. You know what you said earlier, Nick, was just like flashback. Okay, he's doing this, and then it's like current, you know, after RE7. I don't know, but I'm a keep watching to see, cause you know, I don't know, cause I'm hearing it's also fast paced. I don't know. It just got me questioning, but it does still look like a fun game, especially when I played the demo. So yeah.
Yeah,
I feel that.
that's basically how I feel about Resident Evil 8 right now.
Yeah. So
People are hyped up on it. I'm fine with y'all being hyped up on it. I just personally have some issues.
yeah.
I don't feel like, from what I saw, it didn't look like it was that bad. My only thing about like the newer games is like, I'm not gonna hold it. It's nothing like bad, like as far as like storytelling wise yet, because I haven't really like got that far. I think the first person aspect is weird.
Yeah. When you've pre-established the third person aspect with the first 6 Resident Evil games.
Not just that, it's like, so we got Call of Duty.
We got the campaign, bro.
It's like so I'm playing Call of Duty
Zombies campaign.
Zombies
Campaign.
Campaign.
but instead of like me playing as like Nikolai and them, I'm the Boulder Redfield. No problems with being the Boulder.
No, he's
But
not
it's
even
like-
the Boulder. Ethan ain't even the Boulder. You give him too much credit.
No, I'm talking about you can play as Chris.
You can.
Yeah, it's like a DLC.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
No, main game.
Oh, the main game? Oh, okay.
As far as I'm concerned, look, I haven't.
Wait, in
played
what
it
game?
or anything like that? You talking about 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 8. Yeah, I think you do.
You can play as Chris in
You
8?
play as,
Yeah, I think you do.
play
as-
I think you
as
do.
Chris for like 5 minutes or so. Maybe, I don't know.
And you also play him in
kinda-
the DLC as well, so.
I kind of just was like, you know what, whatever. But yep, the boulder.
The boulder.
So when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, so this is how we're doing things.
Damn. That's. Yep.
But I don't know. It just kind of like lost its. Because that was the other thing is like, I don't know. I'm not even like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I'm not even like a huge fan of third-person games, really.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I like Skyrim is because it gives you something like the option, where it's just like, oh, if you want to play third person, you can. If you want to, you can play first. I feel like they should have that with theirs as well, because it's like, for all the people that started this series with the third person option, and then you're just kind of like, suck nigga, it's first person. Doo-doo. Like, that's it. It's like, okay, well, I feel like one of the like scary aspects about it was the fact that it was in third person, because when Nemesis is chasing you, it's like, it's easy for me to just turn around, but it's like when that camera, because Resident Evil, no offense, kind of famous for them absolutely
Them DMC camera angles.
Yeah,
them DMC camera angles. Yes, sir.
So it's like these camera angles were legendary only because I can never see what the fuck is going on. If there's a nigga chasing me, I don't know until he's in my damn face.
Well, it's also better for building suspense if it's not in first person, right? Because in first
like
person, it's
is
easy
just
to
like
make a
turn around,
jump
shit.
scare or make something seem scary when it's not. But when it's in third person and it's just, you know, whatever you can see and it's based on the camera angles of the games, it's, I don't know, it's a lot more interesting.
I feel like it's kind of like my only problem with like I didn't play 7. I played some of 6. I'm not like the biggest Resident Evil fan. I think it's probably interesting, but I just haven't like played them like that. But from what I do like know and what I've seen, I don't know, I just feel like the whole third person thing is just kind of like a thing in itself. Plus, like, the atmosphere of the games, I feel like is what changed.
Yeah, that as well. Because it takes itself.
Like, yeah, what's up?
I was gonna say, because like I said earlier, it takes itself. There was seriousness and suspense in the original games, in 1 through 6. Don't get me wrong. But the difference between the atmosphere of 7 and 8 and 1 through 6 is, 7 and 8 doesn't have a break from that seriousness and takes itself serious up to the end when the crazy shit starts happening.
So a Square Enix game.
Meanwhile, 1 through 6 had those moments where it was like, yeah, there is still some absurd shit going on here, you know? It's like, this isn't just, you know, it's not just normal niggas and zombies.
Yeah, I respect that.
So,
well, I mean, like
yeah.
the atmosphere, like, all right, so like whenever you're with which one is it? Is it 2? Which one is Leon and Claire?
2.
It's 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not 3?
Okay, so
3
no,
is Jill.
It's 3. I thought 3 was I thought 2 was Nemesis. And then
No, 3 is Nemesis.
Oh,
Three's
okay.
Nemesis?
I got it mixed up. My bad.
Either way,
Yeah.
my bad. But
No, you're good.
I feel like it was like, it's fine if like first person kind of speeds it up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Third person, I don't know how, I don't know, like, you know, the science or whatever, but it's like third person games have a slower kind of pace to them. So
True.
it's better for like storytelling.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like that. So it's like when you make it first person, like 2 and stuff like that was third person, so it's slower. So when something fucking jump scares you, or like it's like you're walking around, you can feel the tension.
Yeah.
Of like we need to hide or like. Some
I
shit
want to
like that,
say
versus, like 1 is just kind of like fucking wait here. You got your gun anyway, so it's like what's the problem?
So. I want to say that the reason, at least in my eyes, what the reason for that would be, is because you have to pay a lot more attention to the environment in a third-person game.
Yeah, exactly. Which I feel like in a zombie game, I feel like environment should be like top 3, like most important aspects of the game. Period. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm not shitting on 8 or 7 or nothing. It's just like. I don't know where the direction of them would be going. Because from the previous 6 games, it's like, this is clearly a horror genre of a game. But I feel like you're like trying to like compete in 2 different markets, I guess. Which I can understand. but it's like I feel like trying to overstretch yourself and compete with like a different like demographic, you know, because like we're in like the age of fucking you know, like battle royales and like Warzone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not gonna hold you. If the niggas who play like Warzone and stuff, nothing against them. Like if people who like play Warzone, like I fuck with Warzone and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I get my ass kicked, so I don't play. Anyway, Josh knows. Me and Josh hidden damn plane for like the whole entire.
I used to be cold at Warzone.
the whole ass match.
Bruh.
Some nigga came up, folded us, and then he didn't even take my shit. I won the gulag, and then I came back, and then I killed the nigga who killed me. The fucking zone came in, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna let the zone take my ass before someone else do me dirty again.
I remember back when I played Warzone.
Felt like the apocalypse.
I used to be so good at Warzone.
Oh yeah, but like when you're trying to like compete with that stuff, it's like okay, like we make it first person this time, you know, like gunplay, yada yada yada. But then it's like you lose kind of like the shit that made it what it was, doing that kind of thing.
Now, that does bring me to the points that I do like about the new Resident Evil games, though. 7 and 8. First off, visually, very, very nice looking games.
Oh, yeah.
The environments, the designs for monsters, the designs for characters, all super fucking good.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna hold you.
Oh, yeah.
And I also like that 7 and 8 try to make it more than they're just zombies.
I thought 5 did that, honestly.
5, well, it's always been like that. Because there's like, you know, there's like in 4 and 5, there's like, okay, there's parasites and stuff like that.
No, I
and
mean,
like they're kind of living.
The whole like, okay, like this is just not just a quote unquote.
Oh yeah, no, of course, because like that, like around 4 is when it starts getting like really crazy, like action movie type shit, where like near the end of the game you're fighting fucking giant fucking squid demon zombie monsters and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
and like
yo,
7 and
this
7
shit escalated.
and 7 and 8 have that. My 7 and 8 have that, which I think is still fine because that's in the spirit of Resident Evil. It's just when I'm supposed to be taking this a lot more seriously than the other games, it's kind of, you know. But
yeah.
That being said, it's like as a whole, it's not just zombies. It's like, okay, we have. It's weird how zombies in Resident Evil 7 and 8 work, because it's like, technically speaking, they are zombies, right? Because like it's Resident Evil, of course they're zombies. But the way that it works is it's all like, you know, it. I can't really.
Talking about 8, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
did you like? I'm not trying to like be like that guy. Did you pick up on like the magic shit?
yes.
Yeah. That's where I was like, what's kind of.
But I think that that's kind of cool.
Wait, what?
I don't think it's bad.
Because magic.
And
But
I think
I
it's.
was like, yeah, like I was like, okay, so it's like dipping into like fantasy.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I get it, but it was like I thought the whole thing was like it's a bio thing. which is,
Exactly.
Like, organic,
When did they do the magic?
like 8?
Yeah, like 8.
Oh. Okay.
8 is super like supernatural, fictitious shit going on. Like it's crazy. It gets outlandish, but it's kind of cool that they do that because they're trying to reinvent the Resident Evil franchise. I think that Resident Evil 7 and 8 is like they're trying to basically start a new, like separate timelines basically. Right.
Okay.
This is without spoiling anything, this is the difference between JoJo Part 6 and JoJo Part 7, right? We go from the original timeline, new timeline. So I am fine with it not being like a bio disease, a fucking, what's it called? Bioweapon.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it not being a bioweapon. I'm fine with them not just being normal zombies, stuff like that. And that's what I do like about Resident Evil 7 and 8 is that they're trying to make it something entirely different. Like if you're acting as if this is a new, you know, act as if Resident Evil 7 and 8 are a different series entirely.
Yeah.
It's like very interesting to see how they take on these like new monsters and stuff that they have, right? And like a lot of the zombies aren't even like they can still think. They can still, do this or that.
Yeah, like with Mia and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that is really interesting. Do I necessarily think it's for me? No, but I think it is very interesting.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe if people are really messing with RE7 or 8, they would probably be like, yo, let me check out, because it's also like, I do think it's a good move to like remaster like 3. What else did they remaster? Did they remaster 2?
They
remastered 1 and 2.
Okay.
They remastered 1 and 2.
Okay, 1 and 2.
Wait, I thought they did 2 and 3. They did Nemesis.
Yeah, they did 1, 2, and 3. 1 came out like 2 years before 2 did though.
Oh, I didn't even know they remastered 2. Or
Yeah.
1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're probably gonna remaster the.
They're gonna remaster 4. They don't need to remaster 4, but they probably will remaster 4.
Okay.
4. Now I will say Resident Evil 4 is considered one of the best games of all time by a lot of people.
Yeah, I see it.
So, I can't say that they really need to remaster it, but if they do, they do. And I mean, I'm fine with getting Leon. So
Okay.
I'm a Leon fan.
Leon Kennedy. All right. Well.
So yeah, that's how I feel about Resident Evil. That probably took up a lot more time than I planned on it
Nah, bro. Like
taking up.
we got in there.
We're like 30 deep. We're 30 deep. Yeah. So I mean,
I was gonna segue into something, but I'm like, I'm not sure if y'all wanna.
no, go for it. Go for it.
All right, I got 3 words. Please don't scream.
Oh god.
All right.
Don't scream.
Wait, well, don't freak out. All right.
Okay.
Bitches.
No way.
Yeah, we get canceled.
Josh just
Josh is like, yeah, I want to segue into something. Let's talk about systemic oppression.
just straight up racism. Just like, oh.
Straight up, let's talk. He's like, let's bring him up right now. Racism, homophobia, transphobia. Let's talk about it right now.
God.
Got a deep ass voice too.
Jesus.
Bruh. Nah.
Because he said don't freak out. I was like, alright.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Smooth my balls.
No way.
Okay.
No way.
All right.
Not a shot.
But I want to know.
Okay.
Okay. Have you guys heard of these 3 keywords? Smooth my balls.
No.
I'm gonna be
No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking. You're like hexing me or something,
said
bro.
That, I was like, he's got to be baiting me into something.
Yeah, no, he's hexing or something. Like this is.
So I'm like, yo.
All right. So I didn't know about smooth my balls either until good sir hit up my Instagram DMs.
Oh Jesus.
Oh my fucking
You tell me a
God.
nigga slid in your DM and baited you, bro.
Bruh. Nah, this is I low key feel like this is worse than like a catfish, bruh, cause
Bro, how would it feel if I just slid into Drake's DMs? Like, let's say I'm famous, I slid into fucking Drake's DMs and I was like, hey, bro, you ever talk to Ligma? Like, bro, what? What is this?
So
What
sad
is
that Steve
this?
Jobs died of Ligma. Who's Steve Jobs? Ligma balls.
head ass. No, yeah. So this is a company called Smooth My Balls. If you don't think I'm serious, if you're listening on
Nah, I
home
believe
through Spotify or whatever, bruh, search it up. It's on Instagram. It's called Smooth My Balls. They got 470,000 followers, and
That is true.
What?
yeah, and they're
We
legit.
live in hot tub culture. This is nothing surprising.
Yeah, this is nothing surprising, guys.
Yo, so Hunters won Guardian? Okay.
Sick.
Oh, really? About time.
Yeah.
Give us
Yeah.
our fucking
I mean,
flowers.
we talked about Guardian games
Hey,
last episode.
hey, it's because we didn't get shafted. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, give us
yeah.
our flowers,
Just
please. Anyway, yeah, they even got Instagram story highlights. They I can read it. I can read it out to y'all.
They probably don't know.
I don't think I want to know.
All right, it says the first one is movement. The second one is join us ? And you know the graphics look cool. And then the third one is grooming. And then the last one is ball care.
Okay.
And I was like,
Well,
okay.
Wait.
All right.
I'm gonna be G real with you.
Yeah.
I was not listening.
Okay, so you know how like on Instagram,
You said they got.
yeah, they got like, you know, the story highlights where you can keep the stories there for like infinity on your.
Those were their stories.
Like, yeah, those are their story highlights. Like they have it on the front of their page.
Wait, you're telling me they have one that's just called grooming? That is not a good look,
Yes,
Chief.
and like I'm not
That
gonna
is
lie to you,
not
bro.
a
The
good
graphics
look.
look nice. Like they look professional.
That is
graphics.
sus.
They look professional.
That is sus.
You better sound professional. You got a story called grooming. Dude.
You
There's
better.
no other way.
That it better be professional, because if it's not, nigga, you are.
FBI,
that is illegal.
Guys.
That is illegal.
Yeah, it's not.
You can go to jail for that. You can face a lot of time in prison for that.
Guys, let me tell you why this is probably legit. I click on one of their posts and I quote, it says, they got a tennis rack emoji, another happy customer, ! And then they got a coconut emoji. His balls are happy! ! And then it has an 8-ball emoji. So we are happy. And then it has a smiley face emoji. And then it has the picture of like someone doing a product review. Like, well, the package arrived within like a week of ordering, shown here. The shape of the unit is comfortable in your hand, and when you're using it, I taken it back to the family farm and sheep sharing time. Sheep emoji. Just like the way you could feel the motor running through the handpiece. And while you can take fast and broad strokes in the open, you naturally go more careful around the more important bits to avoid any little nicks or worse. I am pleased to report the test
my
run
God.
could not have gone more smoothly and desired result was achieved. And he did the fuckboy emoji. You know, the whole. Yeah, so and this seems legit. I'm looking at the comments too. I see fire emoji.
So why do you bring this up? Like, cut to the shit.
Okay,
dog.
you
Why'd
want to know
bring this
why?
up?
Out
Why'd you
of
bring
every
this up?
nigga that pulls up to my DMs, I get
Uh-huh.
smooth my balls. Smooth my balls. Are you serious? And look what he tells me. He says, looked over your profile. Seems like you're a great match. I work with Smooth My Balls, and they're interested in working together. Can you please drop them a message on Instagram here? And thanks a lot. Message them, and they should get back to you soon as possible. Who the fuck are you? Like,
Dude, just said, yo.
this is not even nigga. This is some random woman. She's probably a bot. Bro, she's ugly as hell too. Like, what is going on? I'm sorry, but it just pissed me off because it's like I'm just casually like working on a video and I get a DM hitting me up and I'm like, oh, it's a female. Hold up. It's like, hey, I work with Smooth My Balls. I want you to join us. What?
Nigga said it's a female.
Bro, I'm not joking, okay? Search this up.
This nigga is down bad.
I'm mad because it's like I don't get message requests ever. And it doesn't seem like I was like checking. I was like, this has to be a cam bot. And then I checked the profile and they look legit. And they got 470 followers. And their comments are genuine. Bro, like this has to be set up by like the government or something. Like, I don't know, like the government has to be like trying to get the pedophiles, so like they just find ways to like, I don't know. I be thinking too much, but I don't know. I just thought it was interesting sharing it with y'all.
Another black man. Let's get it.
Yeah, like let's like cancel him. Let's blackmail him. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Had to shut down Black Business 101. Send in
Oh
Smooth
my
My
God.
Balls.
Yep.
That is tragic.
So I don't know. I'm just word to word. They
I
don't
even know
do
how to
this shit.
respond to that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to respond to this.
Yeah, I just let y'all know, like, just don't expect like moral of the story, like, don't expect hoes to be pulling up, like, and if they do, like, they got COVID, okay? Like, your hopes is down. Stop wet dreaming, all right? Like, I'm just gonna be real. I wasn't even like, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, who is this woman? Like, and she doesn't look like a bot. So I'm like, and then it's just smooth my balls. I'm like, yo, I quit. So yeah, I'm done, little.
This is like the exact opposite of what I said earlier, where I was like, y'all keep freaking about the Resident Evil Village lady. Just go get some fucking head. This is the exact opposite of what I said.
The exact
I'm trying to be
opposite.
that dude, but if only head were that easy to come by. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You see, that's a tall order, G. There's a reason that nigga said so no head and broke a fucking skateboard. Skateboards ain't cheap and neither is Tom.
Yeah. But
Don't take that out of context.
but anything interesting with y'all? Cause
Got much dank in the comments talking about some Joshua from aka JC aka Joshcraft 1500 aka JMI says smooth my balls in podcast.
bruh, timestamp it, man.
The fucking timestamp.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start doing timestamps.
Everyone skip to 12. Oh shit, man.
That just, I don't even know why that felt, it just kind of ruined my vibe, because I'm like, dang, like, why, you know? I don't know.
When was this?
This was like a few days ago, where I was like, I think I was doing like a video, and it was just out of nowhere. She hits up my DMs, and I'm like, bro, like, who is this? Like, she looks legit, and it's just boom. So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I'm not gonna lie, but
Wait a minute. Who are you? Smooth my balls.
I don't know who made the company.
That's tragic.
I don't know. It's weird.
I don't even want to know who made the company.
Yeah, exactly.
If you had the balls to name your company Smooth My Balls,
Mhm.
and you got 500,000 followers, bro. I don't want to know who you are.
I mean, the name makes sense for what the company gives. I mean, at least there's that.
But it's like, I guess we're just out here, everyone just competing with. All right. Yep. Sure.
So,
Sure.
yeah, that happened.
Just forget it, bro. That's
Huh.
tragic.
How do we even segue from that? What the fuck? How do we even...
Y'all heard about Childish Gambino being sued?
Nigga.
Ben, what?
Yeah, he's apparently getting sued for This Is America. And
Why?
okay, I think it's annoying that this is our culture nowadays,
That's
bro.
funny.
I think
That's kind of funny.
it's
That is so ironic.
It is really ironic.
That is
because it's
very
like-
ironic.
It's like he's getting sued for what exactly? As soon as he said he's getting sued, I was like, it's gonna be for This Is America, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. How long has that song been out? Since like what, like 2016?
2018,
Shit.
some shit.
So-
So you told me you waited that damn long?
So y'all heard of Kid West?
No.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my god, I can't stress it
As soon
enough.
as you said y'all heard it, I was like, oh, watch it'll be some no name nigga trying to make a quick buck.
That nigga really said make your
He
money, huh?
said- he said,
Oh my
That
god.
nigga really said make your money, huh?
damn.
I told you, bro. This is our
That
culture
is
nowadays.
tragic.
This bullshit.
Whoa. Don't slap hour on that.
I tell you, don't be
Nah,
saying
bro.
hour,
Nah,
bro.
bro.
Don't
We
slap
live in
hour.
this sick, twisted
Yeah, just
generation.
because I live in it doesn't mean I choose.
Nah, bro. Like, so he made a song called "Made in America." Y'all already.
So that's what you mad about?
But here's the thing: the song sounds nothing like it. Doesn't sound anything close.
Please tell me he's white. Please tell me he's white. It'll be so funny.
You gotta be white, please.
Uh,
He'll be
Please
black.
tell
He'll,
me
nah,
he's
he'll be
black.
black. Watch.
he's black.
I
Yeah,
knew
he's
it. Yep.
white.
Yeah.
Cause see,
Okay,
look.
yeah.
The problem is we
Yeah.
can't start that. If we do, then it's like, look, justification. And as long as we've been going at the oppression Olympics, we've never gotten the justification card, and that's the only fucking one.
No, I
that
just
matters,
think
damn it.
it'd have been so funny if it was a white guy.
If it was a
though.
white dude, I'd have been like,
That would've
finally,
been funny as shit.
Finally!
this is where it starts, nigga. This is where it starts.
Let's cancel white people.
We can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
Look,
that's
I'll say
totally, bro.
Bruh.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If I were to be a streamer and I had like audience chat type shit, hell no, I don't give a fuck who you are, bruh. It's subs only. I don't care. I don't care, cause subs pay money. So it's like, look, they're not gonna be out here, and that's the other thing. You want to make something work? Start talking about folks in pocketbooks. As soon as the pocketbook gets brought up, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Cause as soon as I'm like, okay, sub only chat, it's like, oh. Yeah, so anyone who tries to drop an N-bomb, anyone tries to do that, it's like, oh, okay, well, that sucks because, you know, you paid for it.
Yeah.
That's the way it's going to have to go. The way that I feel like it's just not working sometimes is because of, like things like that, where it's like people get the wrong idea, think they own this shit, think they own people, think they own somebody, like, we made this person who they are, yada yada yada. It's like, no you didn't, bit. I have a mother and she did a way better job of raising me than your dumbass. Like, it's stuff like that that people just don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, man.
But cancel culture, I feel like, is just a huge waste of time. It doesn't work.
Yep.
Because I mean, it works at its effectivity of what it does. It's just a way. All right, you know what? I'm gonna take a different approach to this.
Okay.
And I just need the one answer that I'm going for. All right.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even gonna say that because that sounds like biased or whatever. I just need you to answer the question. Don't like deviate, please.
All right.
When you were growing up, did you get a whooping if you did something wrong?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to a certain point, I generally didn't
Exactly.
need to, but
But okay, I won't even say a whooping. If you were to do something wrong in your house, were there disciplinary actions that took place?
yeah, for sure.
Josh?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even feel like I need to ask.
Yeah.
That
You ain't even gotta
nigga.
ask
That's
Josh.
the
You
only-
ain't gotta ask
exactly.
Josh. You ain't gotta
Alright,
ask Josh.
this is a bunch of niggas whose parents, and I'm not trying to name any names, but nigga, if your parents were the one where you was having
Absolutely.
some problems in
Not
the
hinting
store,
at
my
anything.
nigga,
Not bringing anything else into this. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if,
People.
if you niggas were at,
You-
if
you
you were the
niggas in
type where you was in the
particular.
store yelling at your mom if you didn't get whatever, and then next, okay, this is your culture, bit.
Yeah.
I don't care. No, I don't care. I was saying, why? Because we all know who we talking about here. It's the niggas who were like, I didn't get what I wanted, and I want this person to do this, or I want this person to, I didn't get what I wanted, I'm throwing a fit. You gotta appease the BS. Nah, that's dumb as hell. Like, asking for, and that's the other thing. Did they ask Germany to apologize for World War One?
No, they said, you know what?
I'm being
It
honest.
happened.
Who is hitting up Germany like, bro,
No.
you need to apologize?
They were like,
For
yo,
World War
this shit
One.
happened. This shit happened. So here's the deal. Y'all are gonna pay us over time. We're gonna hoe you for a little while.
Mm.
And then, you know, shit happens. We'll be on our way. Is what it is.
They
Can't
literally
change the
were just
past.
like, they were like, here's the deal. Because of all the shit that went down, and we now saw the horrors of, like, literally global fucking conflict type beat.
Yup.
And this is pretty much because you were like, yo, I got your back, Austria. You know, I'm gonna help you out, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pay for the war.
Yep.
Did they get hoed? Hell yeah. But, you know, held Germany accountable.
Yeah.
This is
Hold
an
them accountable.
example.
Go. The past is the
If you're
past.
from
Can't change it. So
Germany,
here's what we're gonna do.
I fuck with you because y'all are actually kind of sick. You guys make the best cars. Don't at me. But still, you're going to pay for the war. You were accountable, yada, yada, yada. That's going to be holding someone accountable.
Mm. Yeah.
Me being like, you said something that offended me. I want you to apologize for it. If that person says, I don't really think that what I did was wrong, so now all of a sudden them not thinking that what they did was wrong is wrong, and because it's wrong, because it made you angry,
Yeah.
like, that is the pinnacle. To me, this is the pinnacle of toxicity. This is the pinnacle.
Yeah.
This is as
And the
far as it
the
goes.
thought process with that is right and wrong, and honestly, it shouldn't have to be right or wrong. The issue should just be, here's the facts. This happened. This is what's gonna happen.
I don't even feel like it's like it shouldn't get to right or wrong. I feel like there's a definitive way that things are right and things are wrong.
Well, no, I'm saying
what I mean
I
by
don't
that
know
is
how to
like,
word it.
okay, so like, I know what you mean where it's like, it shouldn't get to the point where it's like, oh, you're wrong because you think like this, or you're, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's like you're falling on your own sword and then you're blaming someone that you fell on it.
Okay.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
any sense at all. It's like you stab yourself, Josh, and you're like, PJ, that was your fault.
Yeah.
Because you didn't stop me from stabbing myself. How much sense does that fucking make? I can understand if you feel offended by something that someone said online. First of all, I feel like the problem is that, and this is the thing that, no offense, all right? You two were born in 2000, right?
Yeah.
We're the last, nigga. I'm just gonna say it like that. We're the last. This is as far as it goes. We are the last of this breed. Everyone, forward! I don't know about you niggas, but y'all are different. There are exceptions, obviously.
There are exceptions.
Because,
yeah.
you can't just be like, everyone from... That's had, like, gatekeeping years here.
That's
but-
gay. Yeah, that's gatekeepy.
But, what I mean is, the whole, like, internet's new type of thing. You didn't
yeah.
grow up, like, if you didn't grow up with the whole, like, edgy internet, gotta learn from the whole, like, what the fuck's going on, internet's crazy, yada, yada, yada. You were just born into internet's crazy, yada, yada, yada. You didn't learn that, like, the whole, like, phase where shit was just kind of weird, and then, like, Facebook was new. Like, none of that shit's new to these kids who own Twitter. So it's like, to them, my Twitter account, like, is the most important thing in the world, yada, yada, yada. This person made me angry because all this stuff. Cancel them. I don't want to have them on my feed at all. And because of that, I can do, like, it's like, what the fuck is this?
And basically, this is what we're establishing right now, is the difference between growing up with Filthy Frank and then being the people who tried to cancel Filthy Frank, or Joji, when they found out he was Filthy Frank.
Because you didn't know the nigga was Filthy Frank. But it's like, here's the problem. You guys just kind of got
Y'all didn't
here.
know. Yeah.
But that's the thing. If you don't know, that's one thing. But you get here, you act like you know everything when you don't. And I'm not going to say I haven't done that before. Everyone's been hard-headed. But at a certain point, it's just going to have to come around full circle. My thing is, and this is the only problem I have, and Josh can attest to this, this is the only thing, I don't want to say problem, this is the only thing I'll say about God's plan when it goes full circle. Excuse my French, but god damn, it takes so long. It takes so long, bruh. I'm like, bruh, just make it go full circle now. Like, just make this shit happen now. And it don't work like that. Like, when it goes full circle, it's gonna go full circle tenfold. So anyone who's out there talking about some cancel culture gets shit done, yada yada yada, it's okay. I'll get mine as much as you'll get yours.
Yeah.
But just be careful what you put out into existence, because that shit's gonna come
Exactly.
back, my nigga. And this cancel culture shit trying to ruin people's lives for not thinking how you do is not how things work in the real
And I mean,
world.
obviously that mentality can be applied to
literally
anything,
everything.
right?
Yeah, no, that's
It's
not how
like-
the real world works.
it's not just okay, cancel culture, so karma or whatever, right?
No,
But, like,
I'm just talking about the whole, like, you don't think like me, then,
yeah,
get rid
that,
of yada yada.
and
Because
then-
that's how, like, I'm just gonna be honest. There are people who think like that in terms of classifications of people. We call those people racists. Like,
yeah. It's funny because last podcast episode we were actually talking about how why is it always a white guy that gets angry at me for saying nigga?
Oh my god.
or a white person. That's the other. It's like, bruh, They be coming at me every day. You shouldn't say that. I'm like, bruh, I'm not trying to be that dude. But if there's anything that you should give me, it's that. If there's anything that you should be like,
bro.
if there's anything that you should be like you can't take away from me, nigga, it's like, bet. You should at the very least, I should be able to say nigga. Come on now.
Please.
And then they'd be like,
bro.
well, no one should say that word because it's so. I'm like, well, you're telling me it's offensive? You're telling me it's offensive?
No way.
You oh man, I just must be the most ignorant motherfucker of all
Dude
time.
said,
You
dude
telling
said,
me it's
that's
bad.
crazy. Anyways,
Jesus.
For real, bro, because it's like,
but
damn, bro, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
that
Common
mentality could be
harassment.
applied to a lot of good things as well, right? It's like,
Oh yeah,
you know, it's all based on energy that you put out, you know.
that's all I'm saying. Cancel culture is just my only thing is like, I'm not like the nigga who was like, bro, I've been on streaming since yada yada yada, but it's like to see some stuff where like I feel like there's a difference in some stuff, right?
Mm.
But like, all right, let's say me and Josh don't know you, Nick,
Yeah.
and you're a streamer.
Yeah.
And what we see from you behind the camera is like a version of you, right? Like we just see like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, like, yo, Kioma, you know, that's kind of
Yeah.
the guy, you know, he's kind of cool. And you talk
Yeah.
about stuff that like we feel like matters, and we're like, you know, like, I don't know, bro, Kioma seems like a pretty good guy, right?
Yeah.
Someone takes a clip of you, let's say you're 26 at the time,
Yeah.
that we're like, oh, bro, Kioma.
Yeah.
Someone takes a clip of you from when you were 13
Uh-huh.
and you said the N-word.
Yeah.
Let's say you just said nigga.
Yeah.
They don't know jack shit about you. Don't know that
Yeah.
you are mixed. Don't know anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
They just saw a picture of you saying nigga, got a problem with it, you know,
Yeah.
type beat. But what you've spoken out against and like the things that you've been about on your stream or like, you know, your public view
Yeah.
hasn't been anything really that negative. It's just kind of been like, yo, you know, treat people with respect, yada yada yada. Let's say you're just like a real stand-up guy, and then they're like, oh,
Yeah.
he was 13 and he said nigga, let's get rid of him. With that, it's kind of like it doesn't make any sense
Yeah.
because you just kind of like took it out of context as fuck, and we're like, I'm gonna judge this person based on this one thing, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention if someone else does it to me, you know what I mean? It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like that shit just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I get that.
So the reason that I'm just kind of like, this shit kind of is ass right now, more than any other time that I've seen, is because it's like, they be going after folks who really, like, you have no business going after. Like, we got bigger fish to fry here.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I could actually see that being a realistic thing, right? Because, like, let's say I do make it big at some point in the future. Well, people who may not know that much about me, you know, I'll say that probably in videos in the past, and even currently to this day, I make a decent amount of gay jokes. Right?
Yeah.
So out of context, that seems
Homophobic.
very, like, yes.
And
But,
let's say that you didn't openly announce on stream
Yeah.
that you are, you
yeah,
know, not
Of
fucking
course.
straight.
yeah. So
These
let's
niggas
say
just gonna be like, all right, let's take this nigga apart.
they're gonna be like, let's take him down, and then it's like, I don't know. That is a very realistic thing that could happen if I didn't make it super open that I'm not straight. So like, but like those kinds of situations happen a lot though.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of makes me angry, because it's like, you don't even know this person, and then it's like, when we know someone is fucked up, like, let's get real here. Sometimes people know when someone's fucked up, they just don't want to do anything about it because doing the right thing takes longer. And to me, that's just how it comes down to it. Doing the right thing takes longer. Because it's not always... Doing the wrong thing is easy because... Well, doing the wrong thing takes, like, a short amount of time because it's so fucking easy. It's easy to fuck up. It's easy to fuck up all the time.
Yeah.
It's hard to do the right thing anytime.
Yeah. For sure.
So it's like, which one would I rather do? Would I rather just, like, fuck this dude up, make sure he gets his, you know, just desserts type beat right now by doing some shit that may not make sense at all, but I mean, I'm not thinking about the consequences anyway. Only reason I'm like staying on this topic is because like I got friends who make content, so it's like, and then like also I would like to go into the future of like content if I had the opportunity, but it's like,
I mean, I literally have a friend that both of you know. I won't name names because I don't know if she would want me to refer to her as her real name or the name that she's going to be using when she makes content, right? But she is currently actively scared of stuff she has said in the past being brought up.
Fuck.
That's a real life fear now.
And that's the thing is like, it'd be like, okay, with my, I guess like way of looking at stuff, I feel like to me that's always a reality. So like that one never leaves my head. I got stuff I've done that I'm like, I'm pretty sure everyone has like skeletons in the closet, nigga. So it's like I got shit I've done that I'm like, yo. My only thing is now I'm just kind of like, it's a different game because before it was like, oh man, like people found this out about you. This kind of culture is like people were searching,
dude, like,
and they found some shit. It's like, wait a minute, you mean tell me they were looking for a reason to take my ass out?
Could you imagine, as somebody who did this semi-recently, could you imagine somebody going back to the beginning of the Shadow Realm channel and seeing some of the shit that was said in there?
Yeah.
I didn't even really think about the SR. I'm not gonna hold you, but yeah, like for real. Cause it's like
that goes back to 2016, dog.
No, I got you, dude. That like, shit, freaking like the fucking the Minecraft days.
Yeah.
When I'm like 11 and shit.
Yep.
It's like they'll just take that and be like, oh, you know, dude's fucking an evil nigga, like he's an evil person, yada yada yada. This dude's evil. Yeah. That's the other thing is I'm like, y'all are too quick to say who's evil and who's fucking not. Because for some reason, we'll let the evil niggas, like the niggas who really just out here trying to fuck everyone up, because I'm not gonna hold you, they exist. We'll let the niggas who want to come out here and fuck everyone else up, we'll let that nigga off. Lo and behold, the nigga who has done some shit in the past and is trying to move forward, this nigga's evil.
Exactly. Now, I do feel like an issue that comes with content creators is a lot of them are very unwilling to be open about past mistakes, which can lead to that as well.
I mean, I feel like that too, but it's like I feel like it depends on the past.
No,
mistakes.
it definitely depends.
Because it's like ain't no one trying to fucking expose the skeletons in the closet. That's the other thing.
Exactly.
Is I'm like, how many? Like, it's just funny because it's like one of these. See, my thing is if I were to get like big, I have a very confrontational attitude.
Yeah.
And that shit is dangerous.
Yeah.
Because if, let's say I'm like going through my comments and this random ass kid who I don't give a fuck about is like, this dude did blank yada 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 in this year at this time that he should be canceled, evil ass person.
Yeah.
I'm the type to be like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I sometimes am at fault of entertaining bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll make that shit a record. Like, I'll be like, alright, cool. Let's go get this kid. See about his shit. See what he's doing. See about this. Like, I'll go get the whole fucking thing. And I'll just be like, boom. Because you get what you get. You get what you give out. So it's like, my thing is, I'm ready and always eager to give that shit back.
Yeah.
The problem with that is, when you're ready and eager to give it back, you're also ready and eager to receive it.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword. But it's like you can't be out here just like. That's my thing. It's because like I don't know, you know, we don't know each other's skeletons.
Yeah.
I mean, we know a couple because we've been.
Y'all probably know most of mine. I don't have too many.
I don't really feel like I have too many.
I mean, like, I can say without a doubt that there's definitely videos of me out there saying some crazy shit that I'd get in trouble for now. I ain't afraid to admit that.
Mine is kind of just like, there's definitely a reason for the way that I act. And there's definitely a reason that when people are like, you know, he's just like morally gray, stoic, doesn't choose a side, yada, yada, yada. Like, there's a reason for the whole, I don't know if you guys actually see it, but like chill upfront demeanor.
Yeah.
There's a reason for the reason that everyone acts the way they do. So to judge someone for the reason that they act the way they do without being able to see anything as to why they got to that point is utterly ridiculous and should be purged from the earth, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That is cancel culture.
Mm-hmm. And that leads to the opposite end of the spectrum.
Sorry.
Nah, that leads to the opposite end of the spectrum, where like people who are willing to do absurd shit because they want to do it, like they think that it's just cool, right? Yeah, makes you think that, you know, what I'm doing is other people will like it or it's funny, so there's not a problem with it in my eyes, right? I actually had to run in with one of those recently. Because I know recently, I didn't deal with one of those, but I saw somebody deal with one of those, right? And my friend was streaming. Same friend that I was talking about earlier. Y'all both know who it is. And, I was chilling in the call or whatever, and stuff went down between a group of people she knows that ended up being on the stream, right? And then fucking like some shit went down, pissed her off, made her feel real bad, you know, whatever, so on and so forth. And then I was like trying to hold a conversation, right? And so my whole thing was, I basically just said, so let me get this straight. Because it's funny, it's fine if it interferes with another person's emotions, right? And then they were like, bro, it's not that steep, you know, whatever. They were like, whatever the fuck you say, Shakespeare, shit like that. I was like, whatever. But my whole thing is, and I believe I also said this, who are you to deem what's right and wrong in another person's, like, not what's right and wrong, but who are you to deem what matters and doesn't matter to another person?
Okay.
I feel that.
Like, what I see, like, for example, One Piece executes this concept really well, actually. So I'll bring it back to that. At the beginning of One Piece, in Orange Town, there is a dog, a small dog, who guards a dog food store, and nobody else stayed in the village because they're all scared of Buggy, except for this dog. This dog sits in front of the store because that was his master's store. It was a pet food shop, and the store owner died of a disease. And the dog stays there, despite knowing that his master is never going to come back. And when when Luffy and Zoro and them get there, the mayor of the town explains, like, you know, nobody's here because they're all hiding from Buggy and so on and so forth. Except for this dog. This dog stays here because this shop is his treasure. Because earlier on, Luffy was just like, why is this stupid fucking dog sitting here? And then he hears that, and he's like, okay, I get it. And that's kind of like the first hint at the voice of all things as well, but that's different shit entirely. And later on in the arc, or like an episode or two later, Moji comes in and his lion wants some of the food from the pet food store. The dog tries to fight them off, gets its shit ran by this giant fucking lion, and then they burn the shop down. And so the dog is like sitting in front of the shop crying, and Luffy comes back, and he's like, and he sees that the store is burning down, and then he sees Moji, and so he fucking blitzes Moji. And then he hands one of the boxes of food back to the dog and says, "This is all I can save for you." And then the dog stops crying after it sees him place the thing down. And so it's like that same kind of concept, but in a literal sense. Who are you to deem what matters and doesn't matter to another person? Right?
Yeah.
Like, let's disregard, what some people may perceive as right and wrong, or what some people may perceive as important or not important, right?
I feel like the right and wrong argument is kind of weird for me.
What do you mean?
I understand how people can be like, well, like, what is like right and wrong? But I mean, if we're doing that, there's really like,
oh yeah,
come on now, like, and I'm not trying to be that guy. It's like, it's a pretty stark fucking difference.
Well, yeah, no, of course, but sometimes the right thing doesn't seem like the right thing,
No, it does. I feel like it depends on how you're looking at it.
Okay. Well, regardless, unimportant to the conversation at hand. I think that disregarding all of these other concepts, trying to determine what will and will not hurt another person is stupid to me.
Trying to determine what is like important and what's not important?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like,
I don't feel
the
like
argument.
Like, nah, yeah, I don't feel like you should be like, or not be able to. I don't feel like you should do that anyway.
Yeah, no, of course. But that's like a big thing. That's like a big thing with clout culture as well. Laughing at somebody else's misfortune. Making somebody else feel bad for a certain thing, and then, whatever the fuck. And it kind of goes into the whole cancel culture thing as well. But that's still a different topic.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just like
it's murky waters.
I don't know. I see it all too often, and I mean I've experienced it a few times as well, and it's just like I don't really get the mentality of because I think that this would be worth it, I'm going to do something like. I don't think it's that. If you have to ask yourself, is it that steep, and then go, no, it is that steep.
Wait.
You shouldn't have to ask yourself. If you can be like, is this like, for example, if it's something involving another person, right? And I go, if I do this, will they be upset by it? And then I have to think about it. Odds are, I probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
But now, granted, there are some situations like where it's a hard thing to tell, right? Because like,
well, I mean, I feel like you kind of just summarized it pretty well.
Yeah, no, it's just a hard thing to tell when it's people that you don't personally know, right? But I feel like that's still something that you can gather from context clues.
Should be a thing though. Even if I don't know you, I feel like that should come into play.
No, I'm never gonna make a joke that I think somebody could misconstrue or something if I don't know them.
No, I'm not talking about like you in general. I mean, like I think that's thing that like these niggas don't have is empathy.
Yeah.
Like you just described empathy. And it's like you're a shitty human being until you have empathy. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're a human. I mean, like you're just a human doing. You're not a human being until you have empathy.
Yeah.
Or at least the capacity to understand it. And then,
Yeah.
like like psychopaths and shit.
Yeah.
That they don't possess it. It's like that's how them niggas get that way, is because like no one taught you empathy. Hey, there's a consequence for your actions, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Just because you can
like,
do something doesn't mean you should. The whole shebang. I feel like it's all the same.
And this is a terrible way to say this, but those are people who have never lost.
I don't. Never lost what?
In the sense, just in general, those are people who have either never lost at something or lost something.
I don't know. I feel like it's how they took losing.
Okay, elaborate.
Because you know how they have like, okay, for example, it's like serial killers or something. It'll be like they took their let's say that you have this kid who goes to his grandparents' funeral. One of his grandparents' funeral.
Yep.
It really depends on how he's looking.
I see what you're getting at.
I
see what you're getting at.
Type of shit. Like I'm not trying to
yeah.
like disprove or nothing. I'm just saying like I feel like that's also something that's there, because I do believe it's like also like, what is it? I saw this thing where it was like someone who like they just like killed birds.
Yeah.
Like they just like killed birds for fun.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, you're not
That's
supposed to
fucked
do
up.
that. Yeah, it's like you're not supposed to do
fucked
that.
up.
But the problem is, if you can't get it, the thing is that it's really important. That's why it's so, like, to me, where I'm like, there's a stark difference between right and
Yeah,
wrong.
okay,
Now,
so
mind you,
it's not
like,
understanding the value of losing, I guess. Would be what
yeah,
is.
because I feel like that's like a deeper appreciation for whatever it is that it's like that
Yeah.
you're dealing with, whether it's losing, winning, gaining money, losing money. Like the appreciation behind what you already got or what you had is the thing that makes people so like people, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's the perspective that you have. So where it's like, yeah, I just killed a bird. No big deal.
But
It's
if you
not
change the
like-
wording,
it's-
I just took a life.
Not even just like I just took a life. It's like, holy shit, I just killed a bird.
Yeah.
You would have to see the whole thing of what you've just done, the reality of that situation. That's why it's so like important to like instill shit like that in kids early on, because it's like if you don't get it into the kids' head, they're like, hey, we don't do that, you know, stuff like that. That's whenever it's just kind of like shit goes wherever.
Sadly, it's a lot of kids aren't able to grasp it, and so they have to learn it in not good ways.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. It's like
this
I
is the
feel
reason
like-
why I feel like people who don't watch Naruto, and I'm not trying to be that guy, like people who are like Naruto, it just sucks, like there's nothing, or just like shows where it's like the message, like fucking like One Piece, like dude, I don't know, everything about One Piece sucks. It's like you just haven't seen anything, because even if it's like I don't feel like it's like it always has to be hard circumstances. I feel like we choose hard circumstances.
No, of course.
Because
I
hard
feel like
circumstances are actually easier.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like it's easier for hard circumstances, and so some people, instead of teaching somebody that, will just let them have to go through those hard circumstances at some point.
Well, I feel like yeah, I can see that too, but I also feel like some people have to learn it a specific way.
Okay.
For example, sometimes like I can be very hard-headed
Yeah.
and stubborn.
For sure.
But it is only because of like certain things that I have gone through. So where it's like, for example, like where you just said like, okay, like for sure, like you can be hard-headed and stubborn. On the outside, it's easy to be like, you can be hard-headed. But it's because you don't know why I'm not trusting of anything that anyone ever says, or why I double check all the words of my friends, or why like it's like shit like that. You gotta get that part first. That's why stuff like empathy, like only reason that empathy comes to me so easily is because I'm heavily emotional.
Yeah.
So for me, it's easy. But if someone is
Yeah.
overly logical, you would have to, like, you'd have to logically explain what happens.
Yeah.
And then whenever emotions come to effect, they know the logics behind why it is this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus just kind of like when they don't have the answer, that's whenever it's like that huge ass gray area. And then when you got the gray area, it's just kind of like, well, I guess whatever flies out here.
Yeah.
Hence, it's like, okay, well, yeah, I killed a bird, but like, what's the big deal?
Mm-hmm.
Versus someone who's like, holy shit, I just killed a bird. And, you know, there's going to be those niggas who are probably like, dude, it's just a bird, yada, 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 whatever. But at the same time, it's like, okay, so then what is the difference between that and someone being like, yeah, I just killed somebody?
Yeah.
Same
Because then
diff.
you just
Same
view it
diff.
as
Yup,
killing.
Same diff.
It's like,
It's
and
the
like
same.
honestly, either way, you just view it as killing. It's just how do you value killing?
See, but that's whenever it comes to fruition, though, is when it's like,
Exactly.
yeah, he just took out a bird until he was like, I wonder what it would be like to kill another person.
Yeah.
Done. He's been going after birds the whole time, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like my thing with like people is I feel like I feel like we actually usually know which one is right and which one is wrong.
Yes.
Because right usually takes the one that we don't want to use.
Yeah.
Right is the harder path. That's the reason we
Yeah.
make like wrong choices so much and so often and so plentifully is because it's easy. If it's an easy ass decision, it's probably, I'm not gonna say probably, check and see if it's the right one. If it's dummy easy, think about it.
Yeah.
But if it's like, for example, let's say I'm like, yo, Nick is going down this kind of path or whatever that I feel like, yo, like this just isn't gonna help him. Like this is just not a path for Nick. Let's say you start selling.
Okay.
Let's say Nick starts selling, right? And it's me and you. And I'm like, yo, I don't know. I'm just saying, this may not be the path for Nick. This may not be how he has to do like his stuff, you know, whatever. And we're not telling Nick this yet. It's just me and you talking. And you're like, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, do you want to tell him? Let's say that Nick is I don't want to say. Fuck it. All right. Let's say Nick is a 6'4" buff ass nigga as well. And by nigga, no, I do not mean black. I just mean like, let's say Nick is big and intimidating as fuck.
Okay.
And he does what he wants to do.
Highly theoretical, by the way. Highly
Like,
theoretical.
whenever it's like, yo, I want to do this, like Nick is like, nah, I'm gonna do that shit regardless. And me and Josh are your friends, and we're like, bro, we get that. Like, and me and Josh are just like, yo, I don't know if this is it, bro. Like, even though he's like out here doing whatever he wants, this may not be the thing. There's a definitive right and there's a definitive wrong in this situation. It's wrong to not say anything about this if it can harm you. It ain't even for us at this point. That's how you know it's right. When it's not for you 90% of the time, it's probably fucking right. When it's wrong, it relieves you of something in that moment. Like, because you just don't want to deal with it in that moment. Most of the time.
Okay. I will say though, sorry to cut you off.
No,
I will
sure.
say though, when it comes to that, as somebody who has dealt with this issue a lot in my life, and PJ and Josh could probably
What you
attest
mean?
to
You
this.
talking about selling?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say, I was like,
No, it's
nigga,
not.
what? I don't know. I was like,
Come on, now I'm a businessman, but I'm not that down bad.
Said
yet.
I'm a businessman, but I ain't
Jesus.
that businessman.
I ain't down that bad yet. Shit. But the right option does come with its own set of consequences.
No, the right option comes with its consequences, but the only thing that's different about the right option and the wrong option, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to argue or nothing, it's just that,
Yeah.
the right option's consequences take care of themselves.
Oh, yes.
That is
for
the
sure.
only thing that makes right and wrong a difference.
Yes.
Right takes care of itself.
And this is speaking as somebody who oftentimes has had to come to a crossroads of what is right and what is wrong. And so the right will always, it will have its set of consequences, but it will also always have problems that resolve. That being said, even when you are picking the right thing to do, execution is still key.
Oh no,
because,
see, that's what I mean as well, though. Execution's key in everything, nigga. Even if you're picking the fucking wrong thing, bro.
That is true.
Oh, execution.
Yeah, because let's say somebody pisses me off. I mean, the wrong thing to do is to beat his ass. The even worse thing to do is to kill that nigga. But like sometimes being too right is a problem. I feel like.
I do not see that. I feel like it depends on how you define right. If I mean right as in like
well, it also
factually
depends
correct,
on the it depends on the situation.
What do you mean by
there's some
too
situations
right?
where that doesn't apply.
what do you mean by right?
But like, okay, let's say there's a situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I won't describe any particular situation. I'm trying to think of how to apply this to most situations, because I can only think of a handful of situations where that has been a problem.
Name one
But
of those
let's
situations. Because I really actually want to like talk about that.
Okay, so let's say that
If you gotta be raw,
words.
be raw. We'll cut it out.
Words. I got to think about this for a second.
Yeah, no, you're straight.
So let's say I have a problem with another person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that problem stems from either, doesn't matter the situation, it's just they either did something to piss me off or did something to one of my friends or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That part's not important. But how you go about dealing with this person is key, also depending on what they did.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes, let's say that, I guess not being too right, but if you do the right thing and then continuously keep getting involved with the situation, even if it was the right thing to do, it will still result in its own set of problems.
So not too right?
Not too right. No, that was the wrong way to word it. But there is still a like stopping point. There's a point where like you're like, okay, I did the right thing. It stops here. Like this is okay. We're done with this. You know?
Yeah.
You can't keep pushing shit sometimes.
Well, I feel like if
And
you're
so-
pushing it, you've now treaded into wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And that's more so what I meant. I didn't mean too right.
I feel like
That
it's
was
like, yeah.
wrong wording.
No, I know what you mean. It's kind of like discernment is key.
Yes. Yeah.
Discernment is key.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know what is right or what's wrong in any given situation, you're probably going to choose wrong every time because you don't know.
Yeah.
But if you can discern, hey, probably ain't the best course of action right now.
Yeah.
I think people don't really have, everyone's definition of right or wrong is just different. Like, we live in a world where there's different morals, you know, and you know,
Yeah.
when one perspective you can say this is the right way to go about it, but in another timeline this was probably a better way. I honestly, there is really no right or wrong to certain things that we do. It's just, you know, our life, how we move about it, there's no right or wrong. I'll say that. If I have to say anything as far as that goes, Nick, it's just I believe in that much, you know, just even if you feel
Yeah,
like,
of
okay,
course.
yeah, you know, that situation could have been better, or you know, like you kind of what y'all was saying, like discernment, you know, at the end of the day, it's like
we live in a reality where like time only moves forward. So
Yeah, of
every
course.
action that you made
So-
was already predestined.
Yeah, and there's always gonna be that thing in the back of your mind. Oh, I could have done this. Oh, I could have done that. Right. And that's not even just when it comes to situations. It's just as a whole when it comes to life. It's like, yeah, when you be in the shower and you be thinking, oh damn, I could have flamed that nigga with that one. Like that kind of shit. It runs.
Yeah.
That, but it's like,
Okay,
but it's
so
like,
that raises the question, in my opinion.
hmm.
If there's nothing, like, if there is no right or wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is there?
What is like what?
What is there? If there's no right or wrong, what is the governing factor? What is there?
I look at it like it's kind of like like for instance, like how Mother's Day is tomorrow. You know how like certain things that we do, we just do it, but low key, to some people it's like it's not really like if we don't do it, we're gonna get COVID, and like you know what I'm saying, like you like niggas legit. There's probably niggas out there like what the fuck do we like? I can thank my mom every day. Like I don't need a special day to dedicate to my mother. Like I do this every damn day. And and there's situations in that perspective where it's like I see that, but there's also like flaws to it. Same with, I see why like he was hating, because it's like, why do I need Thanksgiving to thank the Lord that I'm alive? You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that where it's like, I'm not too sure if I'm answering your question, but it's like I can't really spell it out for you as far as your timeline, how it goes. There is I feel like that's the thing. That's like with life in general, we go about moving forward in the direction that we feel that's most best. But the reason why I say that there's no real like right or wrong is because we live in that, like generally speaking, like if like we live in that gray area, like when I finished my associates in like IT, there was one of these classes called like Principles of Info and Security. And like you guys know, like with IT and like nowadays, data is like the most valuable thing, right? So like in the class, they teach you about integrity and like having good moral rights. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, truly speaking, I'm thinking this is like every company policy. Like, yo, like if you're gonna be with this company, come on, bro. Like you got like be a good human being. Like don't do this. Like just because you have a gun and you're a police officer doesn't mean like you just gotta do what's right. But it's like, the way you look at it, bro. Some people dead ass will look at our good morals and be like, that ain't shit to what I believe in, and then they'll go their own way. And why I feel like, as far as what we're bound to, what we do as far as like what's good and our laws and all this other stuff, it's always like perspective. That's the thing too, because we've always seen results with what we do, right? Where we always see that when we do something wrong, there's something to be learned from. Like you can learn from something, everything that you do. So like obviously I can go a little bit more in detail, but I say what I believe in is right to me and accordance to my life, because I've seen proof. I've seen what happened to other people who went this way and went da 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 da. But ultimately, like niggas can do whatever they want. At the end of the day, like some shit is just already predestined like this, because if we didn't have a balance scale, you know what I'm saying, why would we need, like that half to be supported with this half? Like it's a balance. We need this and this. Like you can't. Why do we need a light if we don't have dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, there's some shit in this world, bro. Like, it's there for a reason, bro. Like, poverty, as much as I hate it, dog, nigga, this world would not operate without poverty. I'm gonna tell you right now. And so, I'm probably going a little left on trying to answer your question, but
Well, I mean, I kind of wanted to go left. In my
yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
Just for what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what I believe. Again, I'm just a normal ass nigga, so you know, I could just be spilling beans out of my ass. I don't even know what I'm saying, you know, but that's what I believe as far as that goes. So yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, but y'all think about that though?
I
Have y'all like really thought about like
I have. Okay, so like my thing is, I feel like to me it comes down to two factors, and I'm still kind of like deciphering. Well, really, it comes down to four, and I'm trying to decipher which one is the penultimate of the two.
Okay.
Of the pairs. Two pairs, four options.
Yep.
This is the way that I see stuff. You got good, you got evil, you got truths, and you got rights. Those are
Okay.
my four. And the only reason I say that is because in my, I guess, world and perspective, there are certain truths that are like, you can't break them. That's what everyone refers to as fact. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does a fact care
course.
how you feel?
nope.
That means that no
I-
matter what, no matter the odds.
I have an interesting take on that, but I'll talk about it after.
I mean, if you want to go ahead, you can interject.
No, you're fine. Because mine might lead into a different topic.
Like,
So.
pretty much it's like facts don't care about your feelings. Because at the end of the day, they are facts.
Yeah.
And while it can be like, that's fact for someone else, to say, well, I just don't think that gravity exists.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that because that is your right.
Mm-hmm.
However, the truth of the matter is, the force that we call gravity, due to the whole, like, whatever goes up must come down type beat, doesn't really give a fuck that you don't think it exists. It's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by truths and rights. It's your right to be able to be like, hey, I don't think that gravity exists. But it's also true that gravity gonna exist, whether you give two fucks that it's there or not.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing. Is like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot simpler. It's just convoluted.
Pretty much.
That's just how I feel.
Okay.
So what were you gonna say?
So you elaborated, and so I actually agree with your concept of truths, I guess. But I guess an interesting take I have is, I feel like when it comes to people specifically, let's talk about personal things.
Yeah.
Feelings and facts are the same.
You said feelings and facts are the same?
Yes. I think the truth always lies in emotion. In my opinion.
Okay.
I think that you can physically feign things. You can mentally feign things.
Feign?
But you cannot
you need to give me that word.
fake.
Feign is fake?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can mentally and physically fake things, but you cannot fake something emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the concept of the truth hurts exists. Is because the truth is something that somebody needs. The truth always has the capacity to bring somebody to tears.
I feel like the truth
They're
is
the only person that
Oh, my
knows
bad.
that.
You said they're the only person that knows that?
They're the only person that knows, like, how that truth will affect them. or how they feel because of that truth. It's one and the same.
Okay.
I feel like emotions cannot lie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I agree with that. Was that...
And that was specifically because you used the terminology of facts don't care about your feelings, and I was like, I feel like they're the same thing. But then you elaborated on what you meant by fact, and then I was like, okay, never mind. You mean like concepts of fact, not necessarily like how people feel fact, or like not how people feel fact, but facts between like people or personal issues or so on and so forth.
Okay, so I'm a little bit confused.
Nothing. It was me discerning something for myself. It's not.
Well, no,
it
I'm
doesn't
just trying to
sound good
understand.
over there. Oh, okay. So, what are you confused about?
Like, were you just saying, like, I don't know, I'm kind of confused about the truth part.
Well, because you were talking about the concepts of like the concept of like truths and like, yeah, you were talking about truths, and then you said specifically the phrase "facts don't care about your feelings," which I personally disagree with that fact. But like I said, you elaborated, so never mind. I understood where you were coming from, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was just more so elaborating on the concept of you saying truths, and then I was basically saying I feel like one's emotions are a truth.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with the fact that I feel like emotions are a truth.
Yeah. No, I wasn't saying you were
No,
disagreeing.
I just mean
I was
like,
just,
so is that you were just adding on to it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was the part where you said like you were talking about like you can't fake emotions and then like
you can't.
two-thirds
You
type
can
of thing?
fake something mentally. You can fake something physically, but you cannot fake something emotionally.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
And that's more so the bottom line of that. I think that people's emotions are not capable of lying. Didn't mean to make this the life podcast.
I feel like it already is a life podcast.
We did not mean to turn it into that. This got steep.
Be like that, bro.
I mean, hey, nigga, we started out with Resident Evil, ended up here. I said that's a pretty good fucking EP so far.
That is a good EP. I can't deny it.
But no, I don't feel like you can like make emotions lie either. I think that's the thing as well,
Yeah.
though.
Yep.
Because my thing is like, I feel like that's another thing, like low key, where it's like I feel like stuff can get overcomplicated.
Mm-hmm.
You also can't, from my understanding, think emotions.
Yeah, because it's how you feel.
Exactly. So, like, okay, like people who like bury truth as to like how they're feeling behind like a specific subject type stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That whole thing is also something else in my opinion, because it's the whole like, no, like that is like how I feel, or like that is, you know, that type of thing. But it's like, in the end, you can't really like make someone feel a specific way.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Can I take that nigga morals? What?
Well, you can, when it comes to, like,
I feel like
things
you can influence
between
it.
people,
Wait, you said what?
when it comes to things between people, you can make people feel a certain way, obviously. Like, when it comes to, like, interactions or, like, words between people, like, whatever, you can make people feel something. You can make somebody happy, you can make somebody laugh, you know,
I
like,
think
stuff
you
like
can
that, you know?
influence it, but I think that's my thing is like that's the reason like shit with between people is so like different. I don't feel like you can make anyone feel or do anything.
Interesting. I don't think you can make anybody do anything.
I don't
agree
think
with
you
that.
can make anyone feel anything. Like physically make
Okay.
them, or like kind of like like, let's say I make a song, right?
Yeah.
I cannot make you sad from hearing that song. I can influence, like, I can send influence your way to pretty much make you come to your own conclusion that brings you to a feeling.
Gotcha.
I don't feel like I can, like,
Gotcha.
be like, let's say that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be hella disrespectful and call Nick like a bunch of shit and, like, you know, like, just start being an ass for, like, no reason.
Yeah.
Right? Even if I am like, yo, I'm gonna be an ass, that just may not be the day that you give a fuck about, like, someone else being an ass. You think that shit's funny.
Yeah.
I can influence you to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be an ass. Maybe he'll get pissed or whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't be like, he's gonna get pissed if I do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's weird because as much as I don't like absolutes, I won't say always, but I lean more toward absolutes.
Interesting.
One of the things I try not to lean toward absolutes in is people.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because like Josh said earlier, I feel like it's kind of like a light. In a sense of, like, there's those two worlds. You know? And people themselves, I don't feel like will ever, in my opinion, be one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you can, like, let's say like it's a gray dot. Let's say there's a circle with two semicircles. One is black, one is white. We're just gonna do colors. This is not a race thing. Don't fucking at me. And then there's a gray circle in the middle. So let's say the darkness casts a light, and so does light.
Mm-hmm.
Does the gray circle become, in terms of humans, I don't feel like the gray circle, if that were a person, I don't feel like that person will truly become the like the dark semicircle if it sits over there.
Yeah.
And I also don't feel like if the gray circle sits into the light, it's not going to become the light semicircle.
Yeah.
It is influenced, and it will also, it can operate out of such, but it can never become.
Okay.
I feel like that's kind of how I feel like people are. People can operate out of those two semicircles, but they can never become one or the other. They can only operate out of them. Because in essence, I feel like the two semicircles are perfectly themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And humanity is not perfect, so it can't kind of imitate a perfect, you know, nature, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It can imitate a perfect nature, but it cannot become a perfect nature itself.
Okay.
IMO.
That's true. That's true. Huh.
But, yep. How far are we?
Well, this got steep. We're like an hour and 48 in.
I mean, I didn't mean to make it that steep. I was just saying.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying this episode got steep.
It did. Season 2, episode 2, off the deep end. Off the bean.
Off the deep end. Off a bean.
Off the bean end.
From the village to the ville.
From the village to the ville. Damn. From a Billy to a Bill.
I mean, anybody got any parting words?
That's it, nigga. Yeah, I'm just playing. Nah, I don't know.
All right, Josh.
Hey man, check out the social medias, bruh. We got it all in description. Support black business.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Plug in.
You know the vibes. Yeah.
Yep.
If you guys, man, hopefully one day we'll be able to do Q&A. You know, make a variety of
That'd be neat.
episodes
Be cool.
that are soon to come. So appreciate y'all supporting for real.
Yep.
We do
So
like
long
the
story-
support.
Oh,
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. Go.
I was just saying we do like to support like the people who are like, yeah, no, like we appreciate like, or we actually like you guys like delving into other topics.
Yeah.
We really fuck with y'all.
Yeah.
Because
yeah. Shout out to that. Shout out to that.
y'all are real.
Parting words. So Resident Evil may have done it wrong, but I do want to fuck a tall bitch. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
Just like that.